What? You didn't get that in there.
Thanks, brother.
Good on you, mate. Well played, well played.
In 1 or 2 gulps, have a lemonade icy pole in one. So what we've got is
Great.
technology here. And I thought, but if you're going to do it, I'll do it. So if you don't want to do it, I'll do it.
Well,
So the idea
I can't
here
believe
is-
this. What, to get a brain freeze?
The idea is that
God.
you've got to have it in like 2 goes. Okay? Now I don't know what the end is here, but I've got to a point where
Is this could this be a health warning for me?
I've got
Am I
the
at risk
point
here?
I've got to here is that I'm happy to test the limits of my body because I think we've done enough.
Yeah.
That
All
if
right.
it all ends, it ends.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll have a crack.
No.
This is not good.
I shouldn't have done this.
I'm glad you're doing it with me. Hang on.
It's dumb.
Oh.
Well, you win. It's fine. It's actually fine. No. It's actually fine.
I'm rapping now.
That was Pandora's Fox. We'll see you next week. Bet in the race. You look at the market now. Is there any holes or advantages you see right now that you want to have a play?
Look, right now it's starting to really sort of marry up. I thought Mahunta was a play at $15 on Tuesday night. I just think she was crazy. We tempted around that $5, $6 mark. There wasn't much between him and the Riesling. If anything, coming from Randwick to Rosehill is going to suit the filly that's going to be in front with more natural gate speed, and that's Mahunta. So I think she's probably just a small each way play at double figures. Then you also factor in Wodenton's got a wide gate. We just spoke about 1,400 metre start point at Randwick. It's the trickiest start point. By Moore has got no option but to go back to the tail of the field from there. So how far is Vinrock going to be in front of him? If you mark Zara, you're certainly not going to just drog and let Wodenton sort of get within 3 or 4 lengths of you coming into the home straight. You're going to be going out, going good, even, solid tempo up on top of the speed with Bellazane. So I think Zara will be smart enough to know that. He's got the run under 1,400 metres. It was a high rating size produce down there at Flemington on my stuff. One of my clients who sort of is into the breeding world, if you like, asked me to do a profile on him. I said he's up there with the better performers of that race in the last decade for mine. So I think he's probably the one you want to be on, Vinrock.
On another note, now your team, Geelong,
strong.
and how'd you go with your mate the game? You sort of got over the line there.
Voldemort was there, and he. Well, this is actually an interesting thing, Hutch. I've met him somewhere. We met somewhere before, and he's wearing the Guernsey. Now I thought as an adult we don't do that.
No.
So he's gone the Guernsey.
I mean, did you get the red card out? That's like I won't be standing with you for the rest of the game.
Well, I walked the other direction. I didn't catch up with him. But I found it a bit bizarre. More so in the fact that there was nothing underneath. He just had Guernsey on. Now, I don't, like, it's just not normal. So, and he was quite chuffed with himself. And I was like, no, you don't, this doesn't happen. This is
So
not.
he was fair dinkum. It wasn't even a wind-up.
And so he was happy and, was sitting there and he was excited because the Crows were playing really well.
Yeah.
And seemed to have it in their keep. But you just knew if Geelong kept close enough, they were always half a chance. Anyway, so I thought after the game, let's go for a drink after. He goes, nah, straight home. He was out. No. He was gone.
So he's worn the Guernsey and gone home. You know what? You need new friends.
Yeah. Oxford, I'm going race 4. Geez, I like this horse called Mataya. It is, I think, a group horse. It was outstanding, winning on debut, just absolutely busting up the clock. And then in race 6, number 11, a horse called Mary Eliza, who was first up at Mornington and just got into a really shitty spot. It didn't work out for it. It was off the map. I want to be with it here. I think it's a really progressive horse. I think it ends up in stakes grade, to be honest, Mary Eliza.
Let's start with Sir Delius. He was the winner of the day for mine. He was very heavily backed. Look, when we tipped him on Thursday, I think he was 250 or something. Yep. Even with the scratching of immediacy, you're probably still getting just above black figures for him. He ended up starting $1.80. He had no right to win. If you watch the replay, he struck a bit of interference when they came out of the barriers. He over-raced in the middle stages. He was quite fresh. He kind of lost his spot, not hopelessly, but a little bit coming into the home turn. Floating got a clear margin on him, and it's very rare on a rain-affected track where the rail is off that you see a horse kick back underneath one that's gone past it on the outside. First up with 60 kilos on a heavy track at 2,000 metres and win. And to do it, he had to produce the second fastest last 200 metres the entire day. This is the best win all day anywhere in Australia for mine. So he goes into the Fox's Den, and as we said, going into the weekend, I'm still pretty keen to follow him into the spring.
And then race 7, number 6, horse called Dublin Journal. I'm happy to play each way here. So fourth up now, absolutely at peak fitness. 2 starts ago, this track got beaten by Immediacy, which is going up to Brisbane to chase some much better races. That race rated well. Last start it went to Caston. Didn't think it had much luck there, but I thought it rated really well as well. Fourth up last prep, it won 1,800 metre Sandown race. I just think the numbers that this horse has got has it clearly as a single figure priced horse. You could almost mark it, right up at the pointy end of the race. So that price, you're getting $12, $13 each way, Dublin Journal from that gate. Senior jockey on, I want to be with it.
We are going into the greyhound space, and there's no better person to get into the greyhound space than Mr. Troy Little. Troy, I used to work at another joint a long, long time ago, and when your name came up on the screen, you should have seen the dogs people just moving very quickly, knowing that this dog was going to go off the map. It is fantastic to have you part of the Foxcatcher team. Welcome.
Thanks, Jules. It's good to be here.
G'day team. Wednesday, we're not on the back of Bunnings, we're somewhere else. It's going to be happening every Wednesday for the foreseeable future. Where are we? Well, we're back where I've been before. We are, this man's here. We are at racing.com. So every Wednesday, Foxcatcher. That guy in my background, he's a Foxcatcher guy too.
I am.
Yeah. We'll be on this week, racing.com, and next week, and the week after. All the insights, all the stuff. See you then. Bye.
I think you'll find Private Eye will be up there as well.
Yeah.
So I think he'll make sure that it's not a jog trot. Not so much that it's not he's happy for a jog trot, I reckon, because he's got a good turn of
if
foot,
he sits
but he
outside
doesn't
Yellow
want to be too
Sam,
far
he's going
off.
to beat Yellow Sam. There's no doubting that.
He's got to get there, though.
But if Hit a Shot goes with him, if Full Count Felicia goes with them, and they're all sort of then they don't know where they're going to go, and then one's posted wide, and they went, you know what, we've just torched it here, we should have just gone back, took our medicine, and we would have been able to finish off through the line, and we would have been absolutely gung-ho for a Memsey. That's what I'm trying to think. That's what I'm trying to get across here, is that I just don't know what a few of these horses want to do. It was the Memsey Stakes, winner's treasure at the moment. I've got this well inside standard time. Again, last 400, 200, pretty good compared to the rest of the day. She's a ripper.
Gee, how good is it? How good is it for racing to have an absolute star in the making as well? I mean, it was so good to see her win like that in a good race. I mean, it was cracked up to be.
Well, we spoke about it at the start, in the previews and all through the week. On this is as good a Memsey we have had. Now, she comes out and wins, and then people start going, oh, yeah, but she only beat this horse and beat this horse. I was like, hang on. No. Before the race, we're saying as good a Memsey as we've seen. So let's give her some credit here.
In terms of ratings, I've got, again, a back-end system that I use, as you know, over the years for the European horses. I apply it to the Hong Kong horses. I'm a little bit tougher on Hong Kong horses, because I think the depth over there in the sprinting ranks versus ours is usually a little weaker. He's what I call a rock solid 93, 94 horse. He's got to a peak of sort of 96, 97. To give you an idea, Shenandoah, I think, is around that mark, that 93. Now, it all depends on how he travels out here. I'm going to be harsh on him. My database is saying he might only have a length or so on her. So I'm, at this point in time, gun to my head, I'm going to back Lady Shenandoah to win the Everest and beat Kaying Rising, mate.
I'm going to bring something up with you right now, actually, talking about this. The romantic side of me and the charm is just going to be really disappointed when they burn this joint down.
I'm with you. I was thinking that while the meeting was on the other night, and I brought it up with Ollie, actually, and it was just sort of saying, you sort of feel like what we know we've got at the Valley, it's so unique and so good.
And from a punting perspective, it's hard. We
is.
get that, and we want to always be on this show and in every other show and everything we do, it's high percentage play. And sometimes Moonee Valley doesn't race like that. And I've been critical of it in the Waldom, how it raced. It was a tired track. But I just think you're not guaranteed success whatever happens after this when you bulldoze it. And I just feel with horse racing, the charm, we're losing a bit of it.
Yeah, and you know that you got a pretty good situation when it was a brutal night for punters.
Yeah.
And we're walking away going, but what about the
good was
night?
it?
Yeah. So it was impossible from my point of view, and I think 95% of punters.
With that. Yeah.
But it is unique. There is something special about it. So, look, not to say that they can't replicate it.
Well, they just won't,
No.
you know. They just won't the way that track's configured. And this track that's going to be the new one's going to be a longer straight. And as I say, we want to play in all high percentage players, but geez, it's just beautiful sometimes with the what it happens with Pride of Jenny obviously taking off at the time. I'm assuming the crowd, the roar would have been enormous.
Absolutely unbelievable.
You know, it is like a little velodrome.
Totally. I mean, 10, 15,000 there's like 100,000 at Flemington.
And a horse that I think will get into the field called Half Yours, number 17. Jamie Malcolm goes on, is significant. It's just a half off the minimum here. Outstanding off 56 days in an unsuitable race up at your neck of the woods where it came home really late. Big number before at Caloundra, so it's ran through the winter, so it's got the fitness. I think it can win the naturalism, and to be honest, I think it could just about win the Caulfield Cup if it wins the naturalism. We're going to be on Half Yours in the Caulfield Cup.
Here's Half Yours on the outside. Half Yours chiming in. Half Yours from River of Stars, Presage Nocturne. Half Yours is drawing away. Half Yours, a famous win for Jamie Malcolm and Team Mac.
Look, I'll be bluntly honest and be transparent here. I stood to win a massive amount of money if he won the Melbourne Cup. So obviously, initially, I'm like, oh my God, I was on the floor. But taking that hat off, and look, things happen in racing. First of all, like, you can't ever begrudge a governing body for trying to make our game better. Having a crack at doing something, and clearly there was a little bit of an issue for a period of time. It might have just been coincidence that we had a few horses break down in the Melbourne Cup over a period of time, but nonetheless, because all the eyeballs are on it, it's not a good look. So Racing Victoria, quite rightly, at least did something about that. The question I've got is, where does this end? What's going to happen when someone says, hey, how come you're not scanning horses before every race? What do we say to those people? The answer is we can't afford to scan horses before every race. So then the answer from the anti-racing groups will be, then why are you racing? Like, you're the ones telling us that, hey, these scans are potentially preventing catastrophic injuries, and you're not doing it every single time. So I feel like we could be painting ourselves into a bit of a corner.
Yeah, there's the issue that you can just create a rod for your own back by doing this, isn't there? Like that.
Correct.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, there is. And it's coming from a good place. So we don't want to bag RV for this, because they're trying to do something that's commendable.
Yeah, let's get to the Cox Plate. It was on by Via Sustainer. It was their second in a row. I've got this sort of well inside standard time because I'm working off the fact that this was definitely a soft track by then. The last 400, 200 compared to the rest of the day, a little bit soft, but we understand that.
Yeah.
Overall, as a spectacle, I thought it was an outstanding race to just watch and breathe and feel it. It was how Cox Plates are run. There was only 9 in it. You could say it lacked depth and all that, blah, 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 but we're not here for that. Look,
spectacle, not as much substance. I think that might be. But look, it was an exciting race. I wasn't there, but I mean, just watching it at home on the coverage, and she when I watched it, I was sort of looking at all the numbers again, and I'm the same as you, rating it where it did. It was good, nothing outstanding.
Yeah.
And then I'm just thinking back to myself, how the hell did she put up that figure last year?
Yeah.
Like, it's mind-blowing what she did last year.
It's the island.
And she's never really got anywhere near that.
No, just going to quickly, because you just said we do love him. I reckon he's the best jockey in Australia right now.
Mark Zahra.
Yeah, now I know James McDonald has just won the Cox Plate.
Listen, you've got a thing against J Mac.
No,
Did you see him back on the weekend?
He won. He won 2 races, and I think he won a couple of races.
He's
and that's
back, mate. He's back.
I think you're still losing money over him in the journey. So
Got to pick the
that's
right
fine.
ones, Jules.
No, well, okay. Mark Zahra is the best jockey in Australia. He
Is
is.
he?
Oh, he's sublime. He has got it all. He's got the tactical nous, and he's got the ability to lift him. Next, James McDonald is unbelievable. But right now, I'm talking right now. I'm not talking about overall sample size. James McDonald's the best probably in the world overall sample size. Right now, right here, Mark Zahra's riding like the best jockey in Australia. Quickly talking about Tentaris, I mean, it's the horse that you know's going to peak. I mean, it had no luck last start and was still able to
It's a real raging force at Caulfield. It gets to a bigger track, third up, good camp. You know it's going to run to another level. Now, whether that's a big enough number to match what Bovark's done, again, that's the issue for the punters to work out. And then I think off Broadway a little bit, Beedman, like third up here, comes out of a different form line, I think, behind Hidden Motive in a really slowly run race, which you identified. Fourth horse, Napoleonic's since gone like Farlap at Moonee Valley. It's a pretty good platform race to come out of for a sprinter. I mean, it's not out of it either, really, is it, Beedman? Let's get to the favourite here, Nico. Called Half Yours.
Yeah, Caulfield Cup winner, looking to become the third horse in this century to complete the double. He hasn't run a bad race, this guy, so I feel bad not taking him on. I've got him marked double figures. I think when I look at his data out of the Caulfield Cup, he's going to be better at 2,000 metres in time. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life.
You've made another one here.
I'll be taking him on. I'm taking him on. Go on.
You've made another one here, my friend. How can you have this at double figures? Half Yours. It's got the more I watch that Caulfield Cup, this run was huge. It was very strong through the line. The wet track is no issue whatsoever. I'm warming even more to it. I know we're all looking behind Nico. It's sort of some of the horses in behind to see which ones we want to follow into the Cup. It's still only got 53.
1,400 metres at Ballarat. 13 days later, she ran away, maiden over 1,400. 13 days later, she's winning a Group 1 2,500 metre race. That is unheard of. And she's beaten standard time by 7 lengths. If she'd won it by, 3 lengths below standard or whatever, you'd be like, okay, she found a weak race. But she's actually found a race that's gone pretty good. And she smashed the clock. And her late sectionals were pretty good given the pace of the race. She, who knows, guys? She might be a Cups horse next spring.
Though, doesn't it? I know we say we don't.
We just
it doesn't happen often, but in Australia they do it.
Yeah.
But there are second and third up into an English Derby and other races, and it can be done. Yeah. So, but yeah,
unreal. That was one of the stories of the week.
I think that's going to be.
That was one of the stories of the week.
It's going to be interesting to see whether Yulong knock on the door and stuff like that. I hope he gets to keep it. We have the pleasure of introducing Daniel Cripps to the Foxcatcher team. WA starting to heat up. This guy been following for a very long time. We do not bring people into the team that we don't think are valuable. We think this guy's going to be really valuable. Welcome, Dan. How are you, mate?
G'day, Jules. Thank you, mate. Going well, and thanks for the kind words. I'm keen to jump on board and looking forward to working with you over the next few weeks. And what better time to kick off than with the Ascot Pinnacles starting on Saturday, headlined by the Placid Arc Stakes. Going to be a ripper.
Speak of race 7, she's an alibi. 1.5 seconds outside standard time here, Hutch, but this is the bit that lights off the page, which it should do. 22.30, 11.06, which gives this horse hope. It's absolutely put a hole in him, like what the market said it would do. It was $1.90 into $1.50. I think we still don't know where the best of her is.
No, we don't. And she's shown that she's got an unbelievable turn of foot on, and her closing sectionals were the best of the day, which they were entitled to be off that pathetic pace. I don't know. I was a bit surprised he didn't lead, to be honest.
You start to create, it's not your own destiny, is it, when you don't lead? Like all of a sudden, the run comes and it's 5 and it wins by 8
But it might not have.
That's the thing. So
it might not have come. And a lot of the times it won't come. It didn't
better
come.
Better class horses it won't.
Well, and it didn't early in the day for him on Blinded by the Light. I'm not singling out Luke Nolan, but I hear them post-race and they're talking about, it was second run with the blinkers, didn't want to fire it up, but this is an issue. It could potentially be worse in a race run this slowly with blinkers on again, handing up to something else and over racing.
At hundreds, probably.
Lead on your terms. Yeah. You're on the $1.50 favourite.
Yeah.
And who's to say that she won't learn something by doing that as well?
Look, you're over there in WA. What did you think of the favourite? Is he short enough? He's been well found. Watch Me Rock.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, once I finished my market, I did have Watch Me Rock on top. Pike went with him over Western Empire, came up with the absolute marvel of a draw in barrier 4. But in saying that, $3.50 at the moment with PointsBet, that won't get me. He deserves favouritism, but it just seems short enough. And like we see over here in the West, it does seem a little bit of a Pike price. So it's a really open race.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.